Hello dear students. In this video tutorial we will be practicing IoT simulation with Cisco Packet Tracer. Here I set up the basic layout. We're gonna have 3 different IoT devices. You can see humidifier, coffee machine and the fan, and we will be controlling them from the smartphone. And to set up the IoT devices you need the server that has a IoT services turn it on, which gets connected to the switch, and that switch gets connected to the Wi-Fi router, right? So from the physical standpoint, we will put the server somewhere at the back room in the house, right? And the IoT devices here, you can see they are laid out in the separate room. So don't get so the size of the IoT devices do not represent the real ones from the real life. So this is the fan, this is the coffee machine, as you can see, humidifier, and this is the smartphone. But that's all for the simulation purposes, so that's why we will take it as it is, right? So first thing we have to do here is we should set up the connection between the devices. So I'll start with the wired connection. So I'll connect the server to the switch, and I'll connect the switch to the wireless access provider, right? Access point. And now the next thing is I have to give an access to these IoT devices to the wireless access point. So the name of the wireless access point is I will provide as let's say home Wi-Fi, right? And I will provide the same name. This time I don't want to set any password for the access IoT devices, so we will provide the SSID, and then there's no need to set any password. So we go to the wireless and provide the name of the access point, and finally for the same one as well we provide the name of the access point. And we also have the this smartphone, so it should also get connected to the access point. So yeah, it should be given the name of the access point, right? So great. So now the next thing is we have to set up the IP addresses for these devices. So starting with the server, IoT server, so its IP address is going to be 1 and 1, 192.168, 1 and 1, and following on, as I have left some labels, the smartphone's IP address is going to be static, and it's going to be 192.168, 1 and 100, right? So we will save it. So for the home appliances, we can also set up the IP address from over here. So yes, let me check that. Yeah, the IP address configuration is set from over here. You go to the wireless and then IP configuration static. For the first home appliance, the IP address is going to be 10. For the second home appliance, we will provide the IP address as 11. And for the third home appliance or the IoT device, we'll provide the IP address as 12, right? Good. So every single device, and let's not forget the we have done with the smartphones. Every single device has an IP address, and every single device has a connection with one another. And now what we have to do is we have to go to the server, and then we have to go to the services. This time you don't have to turn off the rest of the services to run the IoT server, so you just need to turn on the IoT server, and then now this IoT server from the services is turned on. So we go to on the desktop or the list of applications installed, we have the IoT monitor. So from here we will try to access first by creating the username and password, right? So the first thing is we provide the IP address of this server right over here, and then we try to create, I'll call the user as simply user1 1 2 3 4 5. So I'll try to create it. So there's no such kind of user, so that's why wrong username and password is shown. So we create the user. So we try to create user 1 1 2 3 4 5, and we create that user. So now we have a created user, but no IoT device has connected yet, but we will remember the password, and then we go to the IoT devices. So the first IoT device, we go to the first IoT device, and on the settings we have a section called IoT server. So we call the remote server, and then here we provide the IP addresses, and then user 1 and the password from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So whenever you see the refresh button over here, it means the connection was successful. Sorry, here you can see the refresh. So for the coffee machine, we'll try the same, and here you can see the connection parameters. 1 for the server, user 1 is the username we provided, and we try to connect it, and then it turns to refresh. And finally for the last user as well, so we will go to the settings, we go to the remote server, and then the same credentials we provide for the user 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it turns to the refresh button, turns to the refresh. So which means all these home appliances have set up properly and connected to the server, right? So we can either control it from the server, or later on I'll show soon from the smartphone, right? So we go to the IoT monitor application, and right over here you can see all these IoT devices. They have shown their user interface, so you can turn on and turn off. You can pay attention to the humidifier, so the light turns on and turn off, and then you can pay attention to the coffee machine, also light turns on and turn off. But for the fan, you can set it to the low, high mode, just the speed changes, or you can turn it off, right? So, and let's try to access to it from the mobile device as well. So we have on the mobile device, we set the IP addresses, everything is fine. So we have the application called IoT Monitor. So from here we'll try to provide the login and password credentials. So 1 and 1 is the address, and user 1 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So we will log in, and now we kind of technically or virtually are controlling the IoT devices through the smartphone, and you can see they can be turned on and turned off, and as well they can be the settings can be changed on the fan, right? So that's the basic way of setting up the simulation with the IoT devices. So you can further on extend this small project to have you know, inter-city between sorry, not inter-city, inter-building. So this is the home city, and here you can set up a new building and make a connection between the buildings. For that one, you may require internet service provider, but you can just consider the switch as something that sends and receives the packets. So that was the basic IoT simulation. Thanks for the attention.